Blog Talk Radio.
Damas, skill, Damas, skill, Damas,
What's good? This is the Inspectah and M.Bowden show. Bowden was good with it.
What's good, world?
Yeah, sorry about that. We had some technical difficulties. We're going to start off with today's show. Turn that music off first. We're going to start off today's show, man, talking about Jameis Winston. That's the big news today going on. Jameis Winston announced today that he's going to go to leave school early and go off to the NFL draft. There was some rumors that he might stay at Florida State, but he's going to leave school early, going to take the money. A lot of people think he might be the first pick in the draft, either between him or Mariota. But, Bow, what do you think? You think he made the right decision leaving school early, or you think he should stay in school?
I think he did all right. I think, he's chasing his dream. You need, go for his dream. How you feel about it?
I think he did the right thing, because the last thing you want to do is what happened with Matt Leinart about 10 years ago. Matt Leinart, that was to be the number one pick in 2005. He decided to go back to school for his senior year and ended up dropping. And so ended up dropping from 1 to 10 in 2006. So I think Winston, he made the right decision. The thing that worries me about him, man, he has some, he's kind of immature, and he has to grow up. And I think that, for me, I know Tampa Bay is the number one pick, but I'm praying that Tampa Bay does not pick him, because he needs to get as far away from Florida as possible, just far away from Florida as possible. Hopefully a team like Tennessee or maybe New York pick him up. Even though I'm surprised, I don't think the Jets will pick him up either, because the last thing you need is a guy who's immature going to a big-ass city like New York. So I don't know where he should go. But
what make him immature?
He just does stupid decisions, and he has a lot of off-the-field issues, and he's been suspended for doing stupid things. Obviously, he got a girl on campus accused him of rape. He was declared innocent, even though there's some controversy based on that, because a lot of people think that people at Florida State just covered it up. So he's a big-time football player for the school, and they want him to keep playing. So and then also too, he got in trouble for, stealing crab legs at the grocery store. So he's done a lot of dumb things and a lot of immature things. He needs to grow up. And I think he'll grow up eventually, especially being in the NFL. But, but Tampa Bay is the number one pick, and Tampa Bay needs a quarterback. And I'm hoping Tampa Bay selects Marcus Mariota over Jameis Winston, because Tampa Bay is too close to Tallahassee. He's too close to Florida State. I think he just needs to get as far away from Florida as possible. I think for him to grow up, he needs to get out of that environment. Now, another team that needs a quarterback, and they'll be picking in the top 5, is the New York Jets. And the thing is that, okay, he's immature, he needs some growing up to do. And I'm pretty sure he can grow up in New York, but New York is one of the places, man, where if you fail, you fall hard, and it's hard to come back up. So I think maybe Tennessee is his best bet, even though there's rumors saying that Tennessee might not draft a quarterback because their coach doesn't really like rookies that much. His dad announced it today. Because a lot of people thought he was going to go back to school, too, because, he also plays college baseball for Florida State. So, and also, too, speaking of Jameis Winston, the woman that claimed that he raped her on campus is suing Florida State, suing the school. So that, I don't know, that might hurt or help that might hurt his draft stock, to be honest with you. So I don't know if NFL teams will, want to or touched her with a 10-foot pole. But what do you think about another girl that claimed that she got raped suing the school? Bow, you see there? Hey, it was like Bowden.
Oh, serious allegations. My bad, I had him phone on mute on accident. Serious allegations. You know.
Yeah.
And it's you know, in the time rape is a serious crime, and you know how that goes. You know, even Bill Cosby is screaming rape, and you see how all his endorsements are gone. And
well, Bill Cosby's different. We got women coming out from 40 years ago. This is recently. This happened on campus. But me and you though, we know somebody whom we went to school with, who a girl claimed that he raped her while we had John C. Smith.
Right.
And,
right.
So we know how that can go sometimes with these girls, especially in college, man, so quick to claim rape.
Well, rape is a serious crime, and even if it should be handled with the utmost seriousness. Just imagine that was your daughter or your mother, your sister. So you put yourself in one of them shoes. You'll take it serious too. But at the end of the day, I kind of feel it's politics. Somebody that just feel that he finna get a name for himself. He finna get out there trying to look for some money, but it could be anything. It's a 50-50 chance.
Well, in fairness to her, I will say that she made these claims back in 2012.
Whoa.
And so, and so she stuck by it. And so, he was acquitted. She still hold on to her guns and like, look, man, he raped me on campus and you guys didn't do anything about it. She's claiming that the school didn't protect her Title IX rights.
Well, did they go to court?
She just filed a suit today. So it just happened to be, maybe you're right, about the money thing, but it is kind of ironic that the day he announced he's going pro is the day she announced that she's going to sue the school.
Right. So at the end of the day, it's all about money. At the end of the day, she's just trying to get her meal ticket, But, you never know, though. You never know. Maybe she got her refund check and, got enough money to sue. You never know. Different situation.
Now, this is what she claims. She claims that Winston raped her on 2012 at Florida State, but she claims that the school didn't do anything about it. The Tallahassee Police Department tried to cover it up. They never charged Winston in the case, saying there was no evidence. So she's not really suing Jameis Winston, but she's suing the school for not protecting her Title IX. Again, this happened in 2012. And so it's been 3 years, and she's pretty much said the school hasn't done anything. So the school is more interested in keeping them on the football team to help them win the national championship last year, and they're worried about protecting the students.
First thing about the law is just, excuse me. One thing about the law, you just can't up and just accuse anybody of anything without having something that called evidence. If you don't have evidence, you really ain't got anything. You have to have some type of evidence, some physical evidence, especially dealing with a rape. You just can't go off of hearsay, or you can't go off of, you got to have some physical evidence.
Well, yeah, but she's claiming that the school and the Tallahassee Police Department didn't really conduct an investigation.
Well, how you not conducting? I mean, if that's the case, she got her a lawsuit. But at the same time, I mean, that's her fault. If she worrying about that, if she should have kept all the evidence. If a rape happened, she should have kept the evidence.
Yeah, but I mean, how can you keep the evidence? If he raped her, what evidence you have?
If it was exactly. If it no, that too. It depends if there was a protected, unprotected sex. You always got semen, you always got sperm, you always got the covers, you got sweat, you got DNA. If she kept everything that happened, if it was forcible rape, then you know it two sides to every story. She not telling everything on her health, you know. And where is the police report? Did they have a police report? Did she file?
Well, that's what she's saying though. Is that
how long did she?
Instead of the school looking into this, they're more concerned about him protecting the Jameis Winston because he's helped the school win football games. At the end of the day, she's saying that the school and the Tallahassee Police Department, because Tallahassee, Florida is pretty much a small city. I know it's the capital of Florida, but it's really a college town. And so for them, Florida State University is everything. Florida State football is everything. So they're more concerned about winning football games than protecting the student. And she feels that the Florida State University, didn't protect her Title IX rights.
Now, what is her background? Has she done this before? Has she blamed rape on somebody else?
Because of confidentiality, they don't release her name. I don't know what her background is. All thing I know is that she claims that Jameis Winston raped her in 2012. The school did not do anything about it. Neither did the Tallahassee Police Department. The Tallahassee Police Department is claiming that she wasn't consistent with what happened.
Right.
Her lawyers, and she's saying that that's not the case. And Florida State is saying that nothing happened, pretty much.
Exactly. So you have to understand, they're not releasing their hollering confidentiality. It's not confidentiality when she's grown. His name out there. That wasn't no confidential putting his name out there like that. How you going to falsely accuse somebody or accuse somebody with that? At least putting your name out there like that. So, I mean, you asking me how do I feel about it, I can't have a whole overview thought, with it. If, she, what I'm saying, her point is like a X, like a variable. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, you can't really have the full story. So how do I feel about the case? I don't think it's going to go anywhere. A lawsuit, a civil suit, maybe. But as criminal, he's not guilty of any crime. And until she comes with some evidence, then yeah, he might be going down. But other than that, I can't see anything happening to him. But
the thing is, how you can't really come up with evidence because, again, this did happen 3 years ago.
Right.
And so, and like I said, to her credit, she did 3 years ago. Nothing happened. Instead, they just acquitted him. He was free to go. I don't even think he went to court, went to trial. But he still continued to play football. Now he's going to the NFL. But now she's and this is breaking news too. This just happened about an hour ago. She's reporting that she's suing Florida State. So it's not even so much she's suing him. She's suing Florida State because she feels like Florida State didn't do anything to protect her. So you're saying that she has no case against him. You may be right. But do you think she has a case against the school?
No.
No case at all. So you think Florida State will pretty much just walk away without having to pay this girl anything?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, so this happened. Okay, so this is what happened. It happened. It happened in 2012, but the Tallahassee Police Department didn't even Tallahassee Police Department didn't even bother to investigate the situation until 2013. So Tallahassee didn't even bother to investigate it until almost a year later.
But think about this, too. Tallahassee police, now this is the city police, right?
Yeah.
Then you got the school. Them two different.
Yeah, Florida State.
See, them two different entities. The police department and the school are two different entities. So, she got two lawsuits on her hand. She's suing the police department and the school. Do you actually think that she's gonna win? No. Is she?
I don't see. She's suing. She's suing Florida State because she said that Florida State didn't protect her Title IX rights.
And where you got to explain to the people what Title IX rights are.
So Florida State didn't. I think Title IX has nothing to do with women athletics.
Yeah, but break it down to the audience because the audience don't actually know. They don't know that. You have to come as if we don't know. Break it down to us.
All right, Title IX is pretty much, how can I explain this? I guess you could say it's gives people gender equality amongst colleges. It denies colleges the right to discriminate based on gender.
Gotcha.
And so she feels that she feels that the school discriminated against her because she's a female, and they look at it as because I'm trying to figure out how to explain this, but I guess because she feels that the school, because she's a female, didn't take her serious. So she's the school's trying to protect their investment because he's a Heisman Trophy winner. Jameis Winston, a Heisman Trophy winner, bringing in a lot of money to the school, pretty much put Florida State back on the map, and they're trying to protect that investment instead of worrying about this girl who claimed that she got raped by Winston back in 2012, and the school didn't even report anything until 2013. So a whole year went by before the school even decided to act on it, and that's when the Tallahassee Police Department got involved.
Now I got a question, Nate. Is it mainstream news right now, or they like on a hush hush? They just go ahead and got them on in though?
Oh no, this is mainstream news. It's on ESPN.
Do you think it's gonna affect his play, or is it gonna bite him on the butt, or is it gonna come back to him? Or
well, that'll be the next question, because it obviously didn't affect his play because all this was going on last year. He won the Heisman Trophy. And then, it's still a situation now because some people feel like he did it. Some people feel like he did it, and it was one of the chants of Oregon. So they were chanting during the game when they played Oregon last week, no means a no, as they were getting on him about it. So it's something that's going to follow him around because it's kind of like the Ray Lewis thing. It's been 15 years, but a lot of people still feel like Ray Lewis got away with murder. It's been 12 years, but a lot of people feel like Kobe Bryant got away with rape. So it might be the same thing with Jameis Winston. You got some people who be like, oh, he didn't do it. Then with some people that said he did it, and regardless of whatever information is out there. She's suing the school. But the next question is, how would that affect the draft status? If you're Tampa Bay, do you take him because of this? If you're Tennessee, do you take him because of this? The New York Jets, do you take him because of this? The St. Louis Rams, do you take them because of this? So those are the teams that need quarterbacks at the top of the draft. And you got to ask yourself, if you're one of those teams, Tampa Bay, Tennessee, the New York Jets, the St. Louis Rams, do you take this kid with all that baggage? That's why I said, for me, with all that baggage, with the rape case, and then plus, he's showing that he's immature with the stupidness that he does, stealing crab legs from the grocery store, getting suspended for, acting a fool in the calf. Just dumb stuff that, normal college kids do, but now you're about to go into the real world, playing in the NFL, and doing stupid stuff like that is not acceptable. So he needs to grow up. Yeah, he needs to grow up. And that's why I feel like Tampa Bay should not draft him, because Tampa, the city of Tampa, is too close to Tallahassee. Right. To be honest with you, I just think he needs to get away from Florida as possible. Maybe him going to St. Louis, since he's about to move to L.A. in 2016. Maybe him going to California would be better because he'd be all the way across the country. Even though L.A., just like New York, is a big city, a lot of things can happen. A lot of things that can get you distracted and get you in trouble if you're not careful, especially someone that's immature. But I just think he needs to get far away from Florida as possible. That's why I think some of the other teams that draft him.
Where is he originally from?
He's originally from Alabama. But he goes to school.
Who bought Alabama?
Yeah, hold on. Let me get the information. He's originally from Hueytown, Alabama.
Sound like a small town.
Yeah. And then so he's from Hueytown, Alabama, and he goes to school at Florida State. You talk about just got here, man. He was born in 1994. So he just got here, and so he's he's pretty much from the South. But I mean, obviously Alabama ain't got no sports team, so he ain't got to work at Alabama. But all his troubles aren't from when he was in high school, from college. So these are the things that he's gotten in trouble for since he's been in Florida State.
Okay, rundown. Get a rundown right here. Let's see what he did.
All right, first you have the sexual assault allegation, the rape case. All right, this has been going on since 2012.
Okay.
So you have that. Then, also in 2012, him and some of his teammates got in trouble for bringing guns on campus. Found out there were BB guns, but still he got arrested on campus by campus police because him and his homeboys were shooting squirrels with BB guns.
Just having a little fun, no harm, no foul, but you know.
But again, it's kind of immature, and that's something that again in the NFL, you deal with grown ass men, they're not gonna put up with that stuff. They're gonna be looking at him like, what the hell, BB guns? Then he got in trouble for stealing. He got in trouble at Burger King last year, and I'm not even gonna lie, I've done this too when I was his age. You go to Burger King because you ain't got no money, so you say, "Hey, can I get a cup for water?" They give you a cup, but just say you sneak in some soda. Well, he got in trouble for that, and he was issued a adult civil citation.
Okay, what else he did?
And then also he got in trouble for shoplifting at a grocery store. He got caught stealing crab legs. He said he forgot to pay for them, even though he didn't even go to the cash register. He just walked out the door with the crab legs. But he got in trouble for that. So he claimed he forgot to pay for them. So that's, again, he messing up. That happened last year, 2014. And he was suspended. He had to do 20 hours of community service for that, for shoplifting. He was also suspended from playing baseball last year. And then also in September of 2014, he got suspended from the Florida State football. He got suspended one game from the football team because he got on the table in the cafeteria and shouted, "Fuck her right in the pussy." He got suspended for that.
Yeah.
So that's why I said, man, he has some growing up to do. Now, I mean, you look at it, the minor stuff that, most college kids, maybe even high school kids do. No, the only serious one is the rape case. But that's why I said he has some growing up. He has some growing up to do.
Yeah, you're right about that, man. I don't know what to say for him. All that, that's wild, man. The boy wilding. At the end of the day, we was college. We had fun. We had a good time. We act a fool. Everybody act a fool in school. BB guns. I remember your roommate used to have BB gun war with the folks upstairs. You remember that?
Yeah. No, that's what I said, man. Like a lot of things that he did, man, it's just stuff that normal college kids do. But even high school kids. But him going to the NFL.
Yeah, you got to be
grown men who are in their, who you dealing with grown men who are in their 30s. Grown men in their 30s, man, ain't about playing with BB guns. Yeah. And if you say something, if you get on top of the calf, get on top of the calf on table and yell, "Fuck her right in the pussy," grown men be like, "What the hell's wrong with you? You retarded?" You know what I'm saying? So that's when he has to grow up. That's what I'm saying. He needs to grow up.
Maybe I don't know, man. He's just wilding, You don't know you got it good till it gone. He one of them kind of guys. You don't know you got it good till it gone, and I just
so
hate
that's why.
So
that's why I keep saying. Yeah, what are you gonna say?
Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, so that's why I keep saying that. For me personally, with the rape allegations and all the other minor issues that he had, the BB guns, getting a citation at Burger King, acting the fool in the calf, shoplifting, all that baggage. To me, that's why you need to get as far away from Florida as possible. Just get away from Florida.
Get away from Florida.
Now the issue, I'm not, you're more in tune with the South than I am. But let's say Tennessee drafts him. Do you think that that's too close for him? Is that too close to Alabama, where he can also get into trouble?
All I know
That's where he's from. Went to high school.
I think the South ain't gonna tolerate stuff like that. Period. There's zero tolerance on nonsense. Tennessee, one of them places, no nonsense. Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia, they ain't gonna take too much of that. I feel like he more better off going to somewhere like California, New York, to where.
So you think either L.A. or New York then?
L.A. or New York. St. Louis probably be so much going on in St. Louis. He need to go to either.
Well, I'm saying
L.A. would be a perfect spot for him, man.
If he gets drafted by St. Louis, he's only going to be there for 1 year since the team's moving to L.A. anyway.
Right. I think it's a good, St. Louis or just going straight to California will be a good thing for him because he need to get out of the South, man. He gonna mess around because he come to Georgia with that. If he get, you understand what I'm saying? They ain't
luckily for him, Atlanta don't need a quarterback.
Yeah.
So I'm just looking at the draft order. I'm looking at the teams that are drafting and teams that need quarterbacks. Since he's everybody assumes he's gonna go in the top 10. So I'll just list up a draft right now and tell you who needs a quarterback. So out of the top quarterbacks in the draft, you have Marcus Mariota of Oregon. He won the Heisman Trophy this year, and he's actually going to be playing in the national championship game next week. So he has a chance to win the Heisman and the championship before he goes to the NFL. And a lot of people think that's either going to be him or Jameis Winston, the kid from Florida State that we're talking about, was going to be the top 2 picks in the draft. They're the 2 best quarterbacks in college. So here's the draft order. Here's the teams that are picking, and these are the teams that need quarterbacks. Number 1, you got Tampa Bay. They need a quarterback. Number 2, you have Tennessee. They need a quarterback. Jacksonville's picking 3rd. They don't really need a quarterback. They just drafted one last year. Oakland's picking 4th. They just drafted a quarterback last year. They don't need one. Washington, they're picking 5th. I don't see them drafting a quarterback. I think they'll give RG3 another chance, even though he's been struggling. But he was Rookie of the Year in 2012, so they might give him one more year. So I don't see Washington drafting a quarterback. And number 6, you have the New York Jets. They need a quarterback. Number 7, you have the Chicago Bears. Jay Cutler struggled this year, had the worst year of his career, but I don't see him picking a quarterback because they owe Jay Cutler $127 million, so I don't think they're going to give up on him that quickly, especially with them paying that much damn money. Then Atlanta Falcons are picking 8th. They have Matt Ryan, who's arguably a top 3 quarterback. I mean, statistically, he was 3rd in quarterback rating in the NFL. The problem with Atlanta is not the quarterback, it's the defense, so they should be all right. The New York Giants are picking 9th. They have Eli Manning, 2-time Super Bowl champion. They don't need a quarterback. Then it's picking 10th, the St. Louis Rams. They need a quarterback. 11th, you have the Minnesota Vikings. They drafted a quarterback last year. 12, you have the Cleveland Browns. They drafted a quarterback last year. Number 13, the New Orleans Saints. They may draft a quarterback only because Drew Brees is getting older. He's going to be 36. So they might, think about drafting one as probably much like an insurance policy, I guess, just for when Drew Brees, whatever, decides to retire. Then Miami Dolphins picking 14th. They don't need a quarterback. San Francisco 49ers picking 15th. They don't need a quarterback. Houston Texans picking 16th. They're not going to pick a quarterback. San Diego Chargers picking 17th. They don't need one. Kansas City Chiefs picking 18th. They don't need one. Cleveland Browns picking 19th. They don't need one. Philadelphia picking 20th. And they may or may not accept a quarterback. I don't know. But I don't think Jameis Winston is going to drop that far to number 20. And then Cincinnati Bengals picking 21. They don't need one. Pittsburgh Steelers picking 22nd. They don't need one. Detroit Lions picking 23rd. They don't need one. Arizona Cardinals picking 24th. They don't need one. So out of the top 24, there's at least 4 teams that need quarterbacks: Tampa Bay, Tennessee, New York Jets, St. Louis Rams. I already said my point of view on him going to Tampa Bay. I think that's a bad idea. I think Tampa Bay should pick Marcus Mariota of Oregon, and that just leaves Tennessee Titans, New York Jets, and St. Louis Rams. We're going to be moving to Los Angeles pretty soon. Me personally, I think he should go to Tennessee, even though Bowden think Tennessee might be the wrong place for him to go because of the South. I agree with you, but I just think that he has maturity issues, and he does need to grow up, and maybe going to a big city like New York or L.A. will help him grow up faster. But at the same time, in New York and L.A., since it's such big cities, there's a lot of things that go on. You know, you got women, drugs, money. And his personality, you know, he kind of the type of person that can get involved in all the distractions that go along with, you know, living in L.A. or New York. That would be the one thing that would scare me. So they need, hopefully those teams have a strong leadership to kind of have somebody to mentor him.
Mentor him. That's what I was going to say. He needs a strong mentor, somebody to take him under their wing and guide him through because, you know, he's a little too old to be making bad choices like that. He got all good things going for him. Somebody looking out for him. And somebody want the best for him, because they didn't. He would have got home a long time ago. You know, they would have went on and throw away the key on him. But somebody see good in him, and he needs to appreciate that somebody, you know, taking out their time to make sure they push him on through there. That pretty much, in my eyesight, is what's going on, because, you know, and then you also had to look at it like this, Inspectah. And you had to look at it like this. Look at what's going on in the NFL now, and look at all these, you know, domestic violence, you know, child abuse. You know, in my eyesight, that ain't child abuse. That's just good parenting discipline. I'm going to be straight up with you, because, hey, it happened to us. You know, we grew up in the 80s and raised in the 90s, and Mama and Daddy didn't spare and run, and she really didn't spoil that child. If that was the case, we'd be in prison right now. You understand what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, I think Adrian Peterson, I agree with you, but just to be objective here, I think that's more or less a cultural issue, because the people that are getting on Adrian Peterson by doing what he did, and the reason why he's suspended for the whole year for doing what he did, I hate to bring race and make this a racial issue, but, I mean, it is what it is. The only people I see complain about is white people.
Like I said, we you know, I want to keep things on a level ground, you know, and I don't want to, you know, I just want to keep things at a proper perspective, you know. But at the same time, you know, it just they zero tolerance on a lot of things. So what I'm trying to say is that he's just gonna have to be careful. You know, you know, and little thing, and he's high risk to me. I mean, he high risk, but I feel if he get his head together and put his best foot forward, he can make it. So shouts out to him. I got faith in you, man. You know, show everybody you can do your thing. You know, you got the talent. Just watch yourself. You know what I'm saying? Don't go out like no mystical now. Shake it fast, watch yourself. You understand? 10 years.
Me and you both, we both agree, man. Whatever team drafts, they're gonna need someone with a strong leadership that can mold him and, like you said, just put him underneath his wing. Because I totally imagine, man. He was born in 1994. He's young. He's only 21 years old, and I could imagine being 21, being a millionaire.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm 27. I don't even know what I'll do with that much money.
I mean, you know, he got good things going for him, so he just got to ground him. So he got to get grounded. Maybe him getting a good wife or a good girlfriend or something, maybe that'll slow him down. He needs somebody to slow him down. You know, he need to get into some mentor. Like he need to get into some programs.
Yeah,
to help the children.
I think for his age though, his best bet would be to stay away from women, because you know, let's be real about him. He's about to be going to the NFL. There's gonna be gold diggers all around him.
Right.
You know, so I mean, I don't think, you know, him getting a good girlfriend is the perfect thing for him right now. No, unless he finds a girl with money that has the exact same money as he does, where you don't have to worry about her trying to take your money, then he should be all right. But he wasn't the only one today to declare going to the NFL draft. Oklahoma, their top wide receiver, Dorial Green-Beckham, he's entering the draft. A lot of people think he's going to go in the first round as well. He's rated as the number 2 wide receiver in the draft, right behind Amari Cooper, who led the NCAA in receiving yards. A lot of people think he's going to go top 5. Amari Cooper out of Alabama. I think the Oakland Raiders are going to draft Amari Cooper. Darrell Green Beckham, I don't know where he's going to go. Maybe the Kansas City Chiefs because they need a wide receiver. But he's another one that's he's going to go to school. I mean, he started his career at the University of Missouri before transferring to Oklahoma. So he transferred to Oklahoma last year, and he just took off. So he's going to go to the NFL. Coach said, his coach even said, Bob Stoops today. He feels like he's ready. He feels like he's ready. So Bob Stoops say he's ready. Then I think he's ready. I didn't watch too many Oklahoma games this year, but we'll see what he does. And also too, the University of Washington linebacker Shaq Thompson. How about that? People naming the kid Shaq. He's going to the NFL too. He declared that he's going to leave school early and go to the NFL. He's not going to come back for his senior year. He's going to the NFL. A lot of people think he's going to go in the top 10. As looking at this mock draft, some people have him going to the New York Giants.
Awesome.
And Shaq Thompson came out today and said that he wants to thank Husky Nation 3 years of his life. He said, I'm forever grateful, looking forward to the next chapter in the NFL. So, you know what, Shaq? We're looking forward to the next chapter in the NFL, too. Man, you had a great college career. And hopefully you get it done in the NFL.
Congratulations. Congratulations to all the draft picks, man. Y'all worked hard, man. Y'all worked y'all butt off to get in that position, man. Hey, congratulations to all of y'all, and hope for the best.
Yeah. So a lot of people, a lot of kids, leaving college early to go to the NFL, and I don't blame them. I know a lot of people say you should stay in school and all that, but hey, they got a lottery ticket, and if I was them, I'll cash that in too.
Pay out them student loans, Sallie Mae.
Yeah. They with their first paycheck, they'll be able to pay it off all at one time.
I would. A
lot of them, man. A lot of them got scholarships. I don't think got any student loan debt.
For the exception to the rule, get on out the way and, take care of your family. Your family supported you since you were playing Little League ball and, give back, Be able to do something constructive with your money, be able to do something that it ain't even work when you think about it because that's your dream, and to get that and to do what you need to do, that's awesome. To be in that position, and again, I say congrats to all of them.
Yeah, then going down to your neck of the woods. First of all, before I get into the main story, I just got to say I'm looking at these pictures of the new Atlanta Falcons Stadium. As they're building it, the one opened in 2017, and it looks like they're building a spaceship out there, man. This thing is ridiculous. I mean, it looks nice, but it looks like a spaceship. I don't even know how you guys can afford to build that thing.
Yeah, they say the design is very crazy, like.
Yeah,
it looks like a spider wheel.
To me, it looks like a spaceship.
Spaceship.
Something look at Star Wars, and the way the roof opens too. I mean, it's kind of nice when it's kind of tight. But I know that thing got to cost bread.
Yeah.
They probably taxing the hell out of you guys.
No, I think taxes pretty much the same around here. It depends on how far you go towards. See, I don't stay in Atlanta. I stay like on the outskirts of Atlanta.
Yeah, that's right.
60 miles.
I'm surprised they're building this thing like right next door to the Georgia Dome. So I wonder once this thing is done building, will they tear up the Georgia Dome?
I'm not exactly sure.
But anyway, the main story coming out of Atlanta though is that the Falcons, as we all know, they fired Mike Smith last week. They fired Mike Smith. Got rid of all them sons of bitches. They fired Mike Smith, but now there's a little beefing inside the organization because, from what I'm hearing, they're torn Thomas Dimitroff, general manager, and assistant general manager Scott Pioli wants to hire. First of all, they both came from New England, and they want to hire Josh McDaniels, who was the offensive coordinator for the New England Patriots, and they really want him to coach the Falcons. And that's their boy. They all, like I said, Pioli and Dimitroff both came from the New England organization to Atlanta. But Josh McDaniels really didn't do a good job in Denver. And so I don't know. He wasn't a great coach in Denver. Maybe him, coaching under Bill Belichick in New England, maybe he's, grown as a coach and learned something from his experience. I don't know. But it looks like Thomas Dimitroff and Scott Pioli want to make Atlanta Falcons the next New England Patriots. But the owner wants to hire Rex Ryan. And so there's a little split between ownership and the general manager and who to hire. Homeboy from New England or Rex Ryan, who just got fired from the New York Jets. Me personally, man, watching the Falcons all year and see how pathetic their defense is, I think I should go with Rex Ryan because Rex Ryan's a defensive coach. He really doesn't do much with that offense. The offense is top 5 in the NFL. You need to do something about that defense, which is dead last, worst defense in the NFL. I say go with Rex Ryan. Now, I know how you feel about the New England Patriots, but you think the Falcons should go that route and become, New England Patriots Junior down there in Atlanta?
No comment.
So you going Rex Ryan then?
Show you right.
Damn, stadium is wow. I mean, it looks nice, man. I can't wait till this thing's finished and built. But it just looks ridiculous. But it's going to be interesting. And the thing the roof opens like a spider web too, man. You're right. My thing is, I wonder what's wrong with the Georgia Dome.
I know the Georgia Dome. I don't think anything wrong with it. I know they play every year. They play high school football in there. The high school championship. They play at the Georgia Dome.
Yeah, but in 2017 when they opened up this new stadium, they're about to tear the Georgia Dome down. But for them to build a new stadium, I mean, what's wrong with the Georgia Dome? Is something wrong with it, or is it just too old?
I'm not exactly sure how old it is, but that's about the same. I think that's around about the same thing they did to the old Braves Stadium. They knocked the old Braves Stadium down and rebuilt another one.
Yeah, and they're putting up a stadium too for Atlanta Braves. The Braves are moving that to Turner Field.
Right.
I just thought that was interesting. And also too in the news, and I feel some type of way about this. I don't understand why Barack Obama feels the need to comment on everything. He has to comment for every damn thing. But Barack Obama came out today and said that he was a Detroit Lions fan, he'd be aggravated. He'd be aggravated because the NFL threw the Lions dirty. Go ahead and comment on the president before I jump in.
That's my president, President Barack Obama. That's my president. So I feel he has every right to say that. He's entitled to his opinion, and I have to say what I have to say too. If it was the other way around, I'd be mad too, because we diehard Cowboy fans. So he's entitled to his opinion. But what got me is L shouldn't have said anything about it. They shouldn't have said nothing. They should have kept that. They should have kept that to themselves. Just kept it moving. But shouts out to the NFL.
You don't think they should apologize?
No, they shouldn't apologize, man. No remorse, man. I'm a Cowboy fan. Get on City Boys, nothing. Like Bernie Mac. But nah, man. I don't have no objection to what he said. I don't think it's nothing adverse. That's my president, Barack Obama.
First of all, I think Barack Obama just need to shut up.
No, don't do that.
You know what I'm saying? First of all, you're a Chicago Bears fan. All right, you should be the last person to talk. All right, as crappy and shitty as the Bears are, all right, you need to be aggravated about that. All right, don't worry about the Lions. Okay, be aggravated by that crap the Bears put on the field this season. All right, and as far as the rest of Detroit and the rest of all them Cowboy haters, let it go. All right, just let it go. 3 days. All right, the Cowboys are moving on to Green Bay. That's what they're focused on. All right, the Lions, their season is over. I'm sorry. It didn't end the way you wanted it to end. I'm sorry that, y'all haven't won a playoff game since 1991. Look, it is what it is. Just move on. All right, you got next year. You got a talented team. I expect you guys to be back in the playoffs next year. I wouldn't even be surprised if you guys would be better than Dallas because, Dallas, the talent-wise, they're getting kind of old. This might be their last run in them. So, you know what, just let us enjoy this. Or let us Cowboys fans enjoy this. Let it go. You got a great thing going on with Jim Caldwell. He did a great job. Just let it go. That's all I got to say, let it go. If anything, use it as motivation to help you win the Super Bowl next year. And look it, throw a party for the NFL head of officiating, and they might rig it for you to win the Super Bowl next year. You never know.
Cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. Rick James. But, oh, man. You wild, boy. But that boy wild, boy. You need a spanking.
That's child abuse.
But, yeah, like I said, shouts out to them Cowboys. Hey, tell them the number so they can call in.
That's right. So if you want to join in on the conversation, or give us your opinion on Barack Obama, riding on the Lions bandwagon right now, or you want to talk about Christie because everybody hates him all of a sudden.
Oh, that's it.
347-826-7068. And speaking of Christie,
shouts out to him.
Yeah, you got my vote for president. That's all I got.
Got my vote.
Christie, everybody's talking about Chris Christie, the bandwagon jumper. People in the New York, New Jersey area don't like him because they're saying that he's dick riding the Cowboys, and he just jumped on the bandwagon because the Cowboys are good and the Giants didn't make the playoffs this year. And as you all know, the New York Giants, Dallas Cowboys got a huge rivalry. And then now Chris Christie is not making any friends either in Philadelphia. So he's not gonna get the New York, New Jersey vote, and he's not gonna get the Philadelphia vote either, because he came out today and said that the Eagles have the worst fans in all of sports. He said Philadelphia is the worst sports city in the country. They have the worst fans. And I gotta agree. I gotta agree with Governor Christie, because I'll never forget what happened in 1999 when Michael Irvin broke his neck, ended his career, and the Philly fans cheered him. That was messed up.
Oh,
and
man.
then on top of that, man, you guys booed Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny at the Sixers game.
Jail pushed Chris Christie for president.
Well, they're both Republicans, so only one of them. One of them might have to be vice president or something.
Well, you know
what, Jeb, I think Chris Christie's gonna win, but you know what, Jeb, his brother is a Cowboys fan, George Bush Jr.
Oh yeah.
So hopefully Jeb is a Cowboys fan, even though he stays up there in Florida. But Chris Christie got my vote because he repped the Cowboys, and I don't give a damn if he's a bandwagon fan or not. He got such a place in my heart. Chris Christie got my vote. And how about this, man? The governor of Wisconsin talking shit too.
What are you saying? We'll go to what?
So as we know, the Packers and the Cowboys are playing each other.
Right.
And on Sunday, second round of the playoffs. So Wisconsin Governor Scott Walker,
shouts out to him.
No, not shout out to him. He's a Packer fan.
So This is serious, y'all. Okay.
So Scott Walker had this to say about Jerry Jones. This is the type of owner I'll be looking to hug after the Packers win on Sunday. And he posted a picture. he posted a picture of lamb of the Packer fans, because the Packers are the only team in the NFL that really don't have an owner. They're publicly owned. They're a publicly owned team. The fans own the team. And so
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a subliminal diss at Chris Christie, because everybody's getting on Chris Christie for hugging Cowboys owner Jerry Jones. And now the question is, will Chris Christie be at the game in Green Bay on Sunday or not? We don't know, but Jerry Jones said he wants Chris Christie to be there, because since Chris Christie has been coming to Cowboy games, the Cowboys have not lost. They've won 5 in a row. So
Shouts out to Chris Christie.
Yeah, good luck, man. Like Jerry Jones said, man, you got that mojo. You got that
Governor
mojo.
Christie, yes. Good mojo. Mojo.
You keep talking about Jeb Bush. Forget Jeb Bush, man. Chris Christie for president.
Well, Jeb, man, he's a bad dude. He did his thing in Florida. His brother was the president, father was the president. He's a leader. Jeb, if anybody
who cares about all that, man? I'm just voting for Chris Christie because he first of all, he ride or die for the Cowboys. Second of all, he keeps it real. He don't care what anybody says. He still ride or die for the Cowboys. He don't even care what people in his own state have to say. And third of all, obviously he's a good luck charm because the Cowboys haven't lost since he started going to the games. So Chris Christie, you better be there. And first of all, I'm sick and tired of people hating on him because he's fat. Who gives a crap?
Why you hating on that man? Because you like to eat. You right in Philly. You right around in the tri-state area. You gonna eat good in that area. Philly cheesesteak? What? Down south we call it steak and cheese.
After what he said about Philadelphia, then it might spit his Philly cheesesteak.
Got to be more careful. You can't go to Geno's. Shouts out to Geno's. The greatest cheesesteak in the world. Geno's.
He can't even go back to New Jersey because I think they're trying to get him in the office now because he root for the Cowboys.
Man, I just hope for the best, man. This is a good one right here. This is a good one right here, man. Just imagine. I'm gonna close my eyes. Green Bay versus the Cowboys, Super Bowl. Now, what I wonder? I wonder if they're gonna bring my boy Bruno Mars back to the Super Bowl halftime. It's
gonna be Katy Perry.
Katy Perry.
Yeah. And how about this? The Democrats want to probe into Chris Christie because he was hugging Jerry Jones, and that Democrats want an investigation thinking that Chris Christie's taking bribes from the Dallas Cowboys.
What?
Yeah.
No, man, come on. Now, is it that serious? People, oh, man. No, I know it's not that serious. But break it down.
Well, the Democrats want an investigation because they want to know if Chris Christie's accepting, plane rides and luxury box seats and free food and stuff like that. And they want to know if he's accepting money because Jerry Jones, the owner of the Cowboys, flew Chris Christie from New Jersey to Dallas to see the game, to go to all these games. And they want to know, Democrats want to know, is Chris Christie accepting money from Jerry Jones? And if he's doing that, you can't do that being a public official, which means, that'll hurt him, when he runs for president. And Jerry Jones already endorsed Chris Christie as for president.
Chris Christie needs to say it. None of your damn business. That's all I need to say.
Read my lips. You kiss my fat ass.
Chris Christie need to say none of your damn business and keep it moving. Go. How about them Cowboys? Let's go Cowboys. Lone Star State. And keep that presidential.
Democrats.
Hey, come on now.
It's also the state of New York and the state of New Jersey also want an investigation as well. They really mad about this, man. They're serious. Oh man. I just
They really serious. Everyone had money on the game too.
Yeah, there's a news story. It's on CNN. The Democrats on an investigation into Christie because they want to know if he's accepting money and gifts from the Cowboys.
I mean, oh man.
Oh, Democrat dude was like, well, wait a goddamn minute. this dude's from New Jersey. What the hell is he doing in Dallas? Rooting for the Cowboys. What the hell? We need to investigate this. Running for president, my ass. We ain't gonna have no Cowboy fans in the White House. We need to tear them down. We need to tear them down before he even gets up.
No, they don't do them like Herman Cain.
Hey, they did it to John Edwards.
John Edwards, man. Shouts out to John Edwards, man. I hated how they did him, man. They broke him down to the knees. I hate that. Everybody play the fool sometime. No exception to the rule.
Yeah, man, but even Hall of Famer and NFL legend of the Pittsburgh Steelers, Terry Bradshaw, even he was appalled at Christie.
I could see him acting the fool because he played for
the Steelers back in the 70s when they won 4 Super Bowls.
Yeah. They really do not want the man to be president, right?
Yeah, man, Terry Bradshaw said this, man, that there was a lot of votes in our studio because, Terry Bradshaw works at Fox. He said there was a lot of votes in our studio and everybody was just appalled that Christie was up there acting like an idiot. That's from Terry Bradshaw.
Damn. Shouts out to Christie.
Yeah, man.
Governor.
Said, man, hey, they can investigate you. They can try to tear you down. I don't care what anybody says. You got my vote.
Keep it George Bush.
And some people even think that the referees cheated for the Cowboys because Christie had some influence.
I don't think so. I don't know. You never know, man. You never know. All I know, how about them Cowboys? I'm happy for them.
How about them Cowboys? Yeah, I'm happy for them. And like I said, man, Christie, go to the game, man. Who cares what anybody says? Go to the game on Sunday. The Cowboys have not lost since we started coming to the games. Let's keep it up. Keep it moving. It wasn't because of the referees. The referees didn't screw Detroit. Actually, the quote Vince McMahon. This is a quote Vince McMahon. Detroit did not screw themselves. Right? The referees did not screw Detroit. Detroit screwed Detroit.
Shout out to Vince McMahon. And shout out to the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. These just jokes, Brett. Don't take it to heart now. These just jokes.
Yeah, and now back onto sports. Let's talk about the sports, the game, the actual game. Aaron Rodgers, the Packers quarterback, and the guy who everybody thinks is going to be the MVP, did not practice today because he has a bad calf. He hurt the calf the last game of the season against Detroit. He says he's going to play, but that calf is bothering him. So as for Cowboy fans, that's some good news because if Aaron Rodgers ain't 100%, things looking good for Dallas. Green Bay's best player can't play.
It's going to be a tough game, though. One thing about them Cowboys, they one thing about Green Bay, they tough, man. They real tough, brother. They got a tough team. But
I think Dallas has a chance because Green Bay cannot stop the run, and that's Dallas' strength. They're the best running team in the NFL. They got the best running back, DeMarco Murray, and I don't see how Green Bay can stop them. The problem is that Dallas' weakness is defense, and Green Bay has one of the best offenses in the NFL. So what might work in Dallas' favor, actually might work in Green Bay's favor too, is how cold it's going to be. They're predicting that the temperature for Sunday's game, check this out, Mill, is going to be 7 degrees. 7 in Green Bay on Sunday. It might even drop down to -9.
That's cold, right? That's cold.
Yeah, them boys going to some shrinkage on that field. They ain't gonna be able to feel. They ain't gonna be able to feel nothing. And just imagine, man, being -9 degrees, man, trying to get hit. It'll be damn. And I guess Green Bay has an advantage. They live in that, because in Dallas they don't get to -9. But Green Bay says they live in that weather. But still, I don't care if you live in it or not. Man, ain't nobody trying to play when it's -9 degrees. Now, I'm cold just thinking about it.
I remember Michael Vick couldn't play in that weather. You remember that?
Nah, Michael Vick, man, I remember in 2002, man, when Atlanta in the playoffs, Atlanta went down to Green Bay and upset Brett Favre in there. That was when Michael Vick, it was like a second year, it was cold. Now, it wasn't as cold as it's going to be this Sunday. It wasn't -9 degrees. That's just ridiculous, man. Now, usually at -9 degrees, man, you can't even smile because your lip will crack. This might be Ice Bowl 2. Now, the first Ice Bowl in 1967, it was -15 degrees. So it's actually going to be a little warmer because it's going to be -9 degrees. Hey, man, I ain't never been that damn cold in my life, man. Also, two news coming out of Baltimore. Baltimore linebacker Terrell Suggs adding some conspiracy theories saying even though Baltimore plays New England this weekend, Terrell Suggs says that Baltimore Ravens are disadvantaged because the NFL wants to see New England playing the conference championship game and not Baltimore. So, Bow, I already know how you feel about New England, so I'm assuming you agree with Mr. Terrell Suggs here.
Baltimore is my favorite, one of my favorite teams. I mean, when you think about that Ray Lewis speech, you remember that speech 2 years? Was it 2 years ago?
Yeah, at the Super Bowl. But for this though, Terrell Suggs, the linebacker for the Ravens, he's saying that the NFL is going to set it. He thinks the NFL is going to set it up to make it, New England to beat Baltimore. So he's ready. Even though Baltimore plays New England on Saturday, he says the NFL would rather see New England advance and not Baltimore. So the same BS that we saw in Dallas. You think we might see the same thing in New England, or you think you think Baltimore just trying to put some seeds in the referee's head and make them think about it?
I don't know. At the end of the day, it's all about how they play. I mean, I can't see Baltimore losing. The way they momentum.
Yeah, but he thinks the referee's going to cheat to make sure New England wins because that's what he says
that's
they'll want.
That's just anxiety. He need to get out there and play his best game. Shut that up. What would Jesus do? What would Ray Lewis do? You know what I'm saying? And what would he say? That's what he needs to think about. He need to not be with no feet. That's still talk right there. I can't stand New England. I hope they beat New England. You know how I feel.
Yeah, Terrell Suggs, he hates Tom Brady, he hates New England, he hates Bill Belichick, he hates all of them.
So, go Ravens.
And then Steve Smith said that Bill Belichick tried to recruit him during the offseason when he was a free agent. But he had his mindset that I'm going to Baltimore. He wanted to go to Baltimore. He didn't want to go to New England. Steve Smith, man, I still think the Panthers made a big mistake, man, cutting you down Baltimore.
He did a thing in Carolina, too. He took them over to the
Super Bowl back in 2003.
But he was getting old. He getting old.
Yeah, but, I mean, even though he is getting old, but he ain't playing like it. That's why I said Carolina, man, the way they're playing, they needed him. That's why I said they made a mistake in getting rid of him. And speaking of Carolina, man, bad news for them. Their defensive tackle, Starler Tully, he is out for the season, man. He broke his foot. So as if they weren't at a disadvantage anyway, playing against the defending Super Bowl champions, Seattle Seahawks. That's even make things worse. Lose that defensive tackle, man, with a broken foot. Also, shout out to Ron Rivera. Today's his birthday, first of all. So happy birthday to Carolina Panthers coach Ron Rivera. But secondly, man, shout out to him and his family. They had a fire at their house, and luckily everybody survived, and they were all able to get out of the house before any damage was to happen.
Now, this happened on his birthday, or like days before his birthday?
No. His birthday's today, but his house caught on fire yesterday. But everybody was able to get out of the house, so nobody was injured, and everybody's okay.
Greatest present of a lifetime is your life. Everybody's life spirit on your birthday, so that is a tragedy, loss of money and all that different thing, but as long as you got some good insurance, you can get all that back. But, hey,
I'm pretty sure he got some good insurance. And all that, he's a millionaire. You can pay to buy all this stuff back.
Oh, yeah. Thankful to have his family. Ain't nobody get killed. That's a blessing.
Yeah.
Shout out to him and his family. And happy birthday. And M.Bowden show, happy birthday.
To Riverboat Wrong. And also, too, some good news, too, from Muhammad Ali. He was released from the hospital today. So I'm glad that he's doing okay and that he's doing all right. The GOAT, greatest of all time.
Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Yeah, he was released from the hospital. I think he's in the hospital now for at least a good 3 weeks, man, with ammonia. Yeah, man. 72 years old.
Still fighting.
Yeah, man. He's going to turn 73 on January 17th, which is about 10 days from now. Yeah, he's been in the hospital pretty much since he's been in the hospital since December 20th. So he spent the holidays in the hospital. But he was released from the hospital today in Kentucky. He's going to be going home. He was actually in the hospital because he had a urinary tract infection. So I guess that's cleared up, and he's going home. So, again, man, best wishes to Muhammad Ali, able to get out of the hospital.
Great news.
And also, too, man, Cleveland Cavaliers made another huge trade. They traded 2 first-round picks at Denver Nuggets for Timothy Mozgov. Timothy Mozgov, a Russian basketball player. He plays under Cavaliers head coach Dave Blatt for the Russian national team. And my only thing, Bowden, is I wonder if they had to get permission from LeBron to make this trade, too.
King James.
So they had to get the permission from LeBron for everything else. Now, there's also questions, too, that come out of New York. Carmelo Anthony has a bad knee. Let's see what you think about this, Bowden. So Carmelo Anthony has a bad knee. The Knicks clearly ain't going anywhere. They suck. They're disgraced, and they're a JV team at this point. 5-32, worst record in the NBA. Just pathetic. Pathetic. I'm embarrassed to call myself a Knicks fan. They're just pathetic. So the Knicks ain't going nowhere. Carmelo Anthony has a bad knee. The question is should he get the surgery and just shut it down for the season and get ready for next year? Or you think he's doing the right thing by going to the rehab and trying to come back this year? Me personally, I think you should just shut it down. What the hell are you playing for? Killing yourself for this crappy-ass team. You know what I'm saying? With them crappy-ass players that can't even make it on the JV team. You know what I'm saying? There's kids in the YMCA that play better than Knicks. So why even waste your time? You think you should come back? You think you should get the surgery now and just shut it down?
What do you think?
I just told you what I think. I think you should shut it down.
I think you should.
It ain't going nowhere.
I think just for his name's sake, go to rehab. Do what you can to get yourself better, and try to come in and try to do the best you can to, win more games.
I think you should shut it down, get the surgery now. Why wait to get the surgery? When you just get it now, get it over with, and you should be ready to go by the time next season starts. The Knicks ain't going nowhere.
Right.
And for anything at this point, it's better for them to lose, so therefore they can get a better draft pick.
Right.
Like Magic Johnson said about the Lakers, you're gonna lose right. Same with the Lakers. The Lakers suck. They ain't going nowhere, so you might as well lose as many games as possible at this point, and just try to get that number one pick. And a couple of weeks ago, Bowden and I talked about this. Josh Smith. So basically, Detroit Pistons paid Josh Smith $13.5 million not to play for them. They just said, no, F it, man. We're sick and tired of you. Just go. We don't want you here no more. Just get out of here. So they paid him $13.5 million not to be here. Well, since that time, Bowden, Detroit Pistons haven't lost a game. They've won 6 in a row, including beating the defending champion San Antonio Spurs last night.
Okay.
So that makes you wonder, maybe Josh Smith is really that much of a problem to where you get rid of him. He's supposed to be, your quote-unquote best player. They get rid of him, the team gets better.
It ain't no iron team. There's no iron team, and a lot of these players, they're ego tripping. It takes a team to win the game, not just one person. And it takes, effort from all the individuals on that team to win. If it's one person that bad seed, he got to go in and make the team better, then, hey, you got to go. But what's really crazy, though, it's kind of funny. We'll pay you $13 million and get it. That's funny to me,
We won't pay you $13 million just to get the hell out of here.
I mean, I wish I had a gig like that that would have just paid me to get it. We don't want you to come to work today. You don't need to be here.
Yeah, we don't want you to come to work. As a matter of fact, you're fired. We're going to pay you $13 million just so we can get rid of you. What type of severance plan is that? He's like, we're going to pay you $13 million just to get the hell out of here. Now, Josh Smith's back on his feet because he's playing for the Houston Rockets. He's with his high school teammate, Dwight Howard. But it's not like Houston's done all that great since they got him. As a matter of fact, Houston lost to Chicago the other night. There's a lot of people, like I've been saying this whole time, I think the Bulls might take it this year. But again, it all depends on who can stay healthy. The Warriors out in the Bay Area, Golden State Warriors, they're looking dangerous too, even though they don't really play. Actually, they gotten better defensively, but I don't know, man. They too much of a jump shooting team. But the Bulls, man, I'm telling you, man, Derrick Rose, man, he looks like he's getting back to that level. And I just hope he can stay healthy. If he could, man, watch out for the Bulls. Watch out for the Bulls. The Bulls, that's something that Barack Obama could talk about, such a team. Talking about how he's aggravated because what happened to the Lions. You need to be aggravated about how this economy is looking. That's what you need to be aggravated about. Talking about, the Cowboys and the Lions.
It's like things in the economy getting a little better, I mean, the greatest thing is the gas prices, it gives people opportunity to get back to point A to point B. I look at my gas tank half full right now, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to whoever.
Yeah, gas prices don't matter if people ain't working.
Yeah. But, it gives people more of a, their travel to get that job. Plus, speaking of jobs, they bring in Mercedes, you know how the industry in Detroit, the car industry. Well, guess what? New Jersey bringing home, I want to say Mercedes. Mercedes coming to Georgia in the Atlanta area. They're bringing that down here, bringing jobs to Georgia. And it's a trend now. All the jobs in the tri-state area, Mercedes, BMW, Volvo, it's starting to trend. They're all traveling down south. So, the South hardly ain't got too many jobs. They're bringing them jobs down south. So, things. I think things are looking up in the economy. Things going to get better. Within, I give it another 4 years, 2.5, things will get better. I guarantee.
Well, by that time we'll have a new president. Hopefully, Christie. You know, I know he's gonna add a lot, and he's gonna get a lot of them Texas votes.
Right.
No, he's gonna get most of those Texas votes. I think people should get off his back, man. If he wants to root for the Cowboys, let him root for the Cowboys. Just root for the New York team just because he's from
that's
New Jersey.
Man. You have every right to vote for you. You could play. You can't get mad at a man for wanting to be a Dallas fan. I mean, I'm from Georgia. I've been a Dallas fan since I was a kid. That ain't no reason not to vote for him. Chuckle crazy.
The Democrats are having an investigation. I mean, come on now. The Democrats need to get over themselves.
Oh man! Shouts out to President Barack Obama. That's my president. I voted for him.
Shout out to Christie.
But shouts out to Governor Christie. Because we got the same taste. He like the Cowboys. I love the Cowboys. So you know what I'm saying. You support my Cowboys.
Yeah, the Cowboys. All right with he's been the Cowboys' lucky charm.
Hey,
they haven't lost a game since he started going to the Cowboy game.
But tell me this. Don't they deserve this? I mean, think about the last.
That's what I'm saying. As a fan, man, last 10 years. Man, I was 19 years.
Every year I was depressed because my Cowboys wasn't even. There was like what you call like. Go back a couple of years and tell the stats.
This is the best. This is the best the Cowboys have been since 1995.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying? So let us Cowboys fans have this, man. Let Christie have this. Let the
United States have it. Man, this is America's team.
Chris Christie becomes president. Cowboys win the Super Bowl every goddamn year. So
that's what I'm talking
Democrats, Philadelphia, New Jersey, New York, get used to this.
It will be neat, man.
Yeah, man. And how about this? I thought it was an interesting article I just found talking about our generation battling the millennials. And they're saying that this year, 2015, is our year. Because they said this is the year that most people in our generation still live with their parents, 36%. That's because the economy is bad, because of the recession. And also, too, not only is the economy bad, but the cost of living has gone up. Now, the cost of living for us, our generation, is higher than any other generation before us. But they're saying that things might start to go down, which will cause people in our generation to actually move out and do stuff on our own. And you agree with that, or how do you feel about our generation?
I believe our generation has so many opportunities. We have the internet. That's a plus. We have so much networking. We have I mean, back then they were using typewriters. We got laptops. We got computers, printers, scanners, fax machines. So yeah, we got all kinds of technology to better ourselves. I mean, there's no excuses. Like Barack Obama said, no excuses, no exceptions. So we got everything right in front of us.
I think the problem with us though is that it's so hard. There's a lot of people in our generation that are unemployed or underemployed because these companies have ridiculous expectations on what they're looking for. And you try to get a job, talking about they want you to have 15 years experience. Like you have 15 years experience, and 15 years ago, I was still in middle school.
But you have to think like this too. It's forcing us to work for ourselves. It's forcing us to create jobs. Like me and you, we doing this. What we doing right here. We looking from within. We have to look from within to create. We have to be creators now. Look at Facebook. Look at our. I like to call him our classmate because when we was in college, he was in college too. And he's a billionaire now.
Yeah, you and him. You and him are the same exact age.
Yeah, we had paid. We were friends. And I clicked them off, though. I ain't gonna lie.
He was everybody's friend.
He was everybody's friend. That's when Facebook was just plain. Just Facebook.
You have to infant stages.
Yeah, you had to be in college to be on Facebook. You couldn't be no high school kid, couldn't be no random Joe. You had to be in college to be on Facebook.
Yeah,
now you got all these
you
crazy mess on there.
You couldn't be over 22 to be on Facebook at the time.
Exactly. And now, it blowed up. So, I mean, he created. Didn't he go to Harvard and just dropped out?
Yeah, he dropped out there after his freshman year.
After his freshman year, and created it and became a billionaire. That's what this generation is all about. We need to be creators. We inventors, creators, and we have to, me, you, and our generation have to provide jobs for people instead of traditional way. It's kind of like rich dad, poor dad. You know what I'm saying? We need to be more of investors instead of just being slaves on the job. You understand? Because it's not the same time period anymore. It's not the 1980s, 70s, and 60s. Where dad said, you go get you a good education and you go get you a good job and you work and you get your 401k and you get your retirement. I mean, they forcing us to get health insurance right now. So we got to get out here and get it. There's no excuses, no exceptions. We got to get it. Ain't nobody giving it to us. If we had to struggle a year or two just to have a little something we got, but to own something is powerful. And once that door open up for us, we'll dive right in it. So yeah, I have high expectations for the millennial future. I feel like we spoiled. We a spoiled generation. We got everything in front of us. We just don't know what to do with it. We got so much technology.
A lot of people, a lot of people in this generation too are they're kind of entitled. But I do feel like because of the recession though, it has I guess it held us back because we haven't been afforded the opportunity. I mean, you could argue we've been afforded more opportunities because, like you said, technology and all that. At the same time, certain opportunities like being able to find employment has been harder for us because of the recession and having to come out of college with debt. It's either like you said, it's either you start your own company and work for yourself, or you sit out here and struggle trying to work for somebody else.
They don't value your worth. I mean, you worth, like I was telling you the other day, you're worth $1, work for a dime. You're worth $1, but you're working for a dime. You worth $1, but you're working for a dime. That means you ain't getting nowhere. They ain't gonna treat you like you worth. They're gonna treat you like they want to treat you, and you easily replaceable. That's our generation, because they replacing us with these guys 14, 15 years old in high school. It is a shame.
That's if we work retail. What they're talking about is us working corporate jobs.
Corporate jobs.
How hard is it for us to get corporate jobs? Now, corporate jobs, it is the same thing because you're really only worth a penny. But what they're saying is it's harder for us to get corporate jobs because they're unrealistic expectations on how much experience they want you to have. They're looking for somebody to get 10, 15 years experience. So how can you get 10, 15 years experience if you won't give us a chance?
But I have high hopes, man. I mean, I have high hopes. You just had to always go into things with a positive mind.
But I do agree. I do agree because I feel this way about you and I. I think 2015 will be the year for our generation to finally come up.
So that's a good prediction from that article that you read.
All right, Bowden, before we get out of here, man, what's your your last minute shout out for today?
You still got 30 minutes, huh?
Now, going to our clock, man, we got 2 minutes left.
Last minute shout out to them Cowboys. How about them Cowboys? Shouts out to, let me see. Shouts out to Blog Talk Radio. Shouts out to the one who created this. Thank you for creating a template for the world people could get on there and do their thing. Shouts out to America. Let's unite as one. We all Americans, no matter white, black, purple, green, yellow. We Americans. United as one. Shouts out to everybody. Shouts out to the NFL. Keep on doing what you're doing. And that's my 15 seconds of What about you?
Well, for me, like I said earlier, shout out to Muhammad Ali, who was released from the hospital today. And also shout out to Jerry the King Lawler. He was also released from the Ellis Hospital today. So shout out to both of them. And also shout out to Governor Christie. Let them hate. Cowboys Nation. We out. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same channel. We're out.